Hello everyone, and welcome back to Kingdom Come
Cause any
Deliverance
trouble,
2.
got it?
And in the last episode, we were trying to sell enough goods in order to actually buy our horse back, and unfortunately the trader that we wanted to sell to did not have enough money. So I just made my way back over to Troskovitz, and I managed to sell all of our stuff, and we are back in Semien now with 157 gold, so we should be able to afford actually this horse now. And as well, in the last episode, I mentioned that I would put down a mod list in the description. However, I went and played around with it a little bit on my own time, and, well, unfortunately, there were crashes. So I went ahead and deleted everything, and I would just recommend maybe waiting. I figured because most of the mods were just ported over from Kingdom Come Deliverance the First, that most of it would be okay. However, there were crashes, and I don't know if it was the shader mod or what. And I actually think I may have installed the shader mod wrong. And anyways, as you can see, everything I think looks about the same. So I don't really know. So I would just recommend playing on native for the time being, and hopefully in the future we can get some good mods. We're now here at the groom. Oh, wait,
Oh
hold
well,
on.
what can you do?
Talk.
What would you like?
And we will just go ahead
I'd
and
like to buy
buy
all you have to. I will take, to
Pebbles
be honest.
back.
Then make sure you're first. Of course, I will. Have you taken? You do. I've already. Tell me. I'm sure. How's that? More. I'll take it. Great. I trust you'll be satisfied. I'll get the horse ready for you. You to call him over. It will take a. Don't forget to get some proper tack as well.
Do we have tack? Yes, we do. Okay. Just basic. Now, this is one of the cooler parts too, I think, of Kingdom Come, is that you really get to design what your horse is going to wear. Of course, we have just crappy gear right now, but hopefully we can get a nice comparison at some point. And now, what is our plan? Now, our plan, we're gonna go look for Mutt. That is our first goal. We're gonna wait on the main story stuff, which is what's here in the red. We're just gonna untrack it because we don't want to do that yet. We want to do everything on this map first. And let's say we have combat training. We could go and see Tomcat. Now, another thing in the last episode I did, I was basically going through and just doing like, I was thinking that all of these perk points counted to everything, but I totally spaced. And actually, the way it works in Kingdom Come is just that you just have perks based on that particular skill. So basically, we just have a perk point for main level, for instance, and of course we want to use that. If you lose reputation, the drop will be 10% less, or gain is increased by 10. And I think we're going to go with kind of a chivalrous playthrough, so that makes a little more sense to me to take. And survival, of course, we do want to take one of these. If you cook, dry, no, we don't really want that. Now, this could actually be good if you have more than 30 fresh or dried herbs not spoiled in your inventory. Your charisma will count as 2 more. Those are usually pretty good to have because charisma can be a pretty important thing to have. And we also have Heartseeker here. If you hit your target in the chest, your shot will do 10% more damage. The effect will also apply when hitting from behind. This is pretty good. Because most of the time you're going to want to aim for the chest in this game. Aiming with a crossbow or even a regular bow or any kind of ranged weapon, it can be pretty hard to actually hit somebody in the head. So if you're targeting their chest, that makes it certainly a whole lot easier. And then I wasn't taking these perks, but we're just going to do that. So if we are using a sword, we'll probably just want the opening strike. If you successfully wound an opponent by a strike to an uncovered zone, it will be more difficult for the opponent to block your subsequent attacks. We probably won't be using a lot of swords, but just in case. Now, I don't really care if we're using a polearm and it gets damaged faster because we're not going to be carrying a polearm for most of the game, so we will just go ahead and go with the blocking, costing less stamina. And as far as unarmed, after the first strike in combat, this one is probably better than this one. This one is basically if you're fighting unarmed against armed opponents a lot. We probably won't be doing that. This one allows it so that after the first strike in combat, subsequent unarmed attacks will cost you 20% less stamina, and it will be 10% stronger for 30 seconds. That's okay. It's not, I mean, it's for specifically for brawling, so it's nothing too important. Now, of course, reputation does matter, and our reputation right now in Troskovitz is pretty terrible. Otherwise, our reputation seems pretty good everywhere. But that is another thing. It will affect how people talk to you and everything like that. So it is kind of important to actually do that. So we are going to be going to take care of Mutt. And the first place we have to go is way up here in the boonies. And that's going to take a minute. I don't know if you guys prefer to watch all the walking around and stuff. Probably not, so I will probably just be skipping this part out.
Nice and slow.
And I will talk with you guys once I get over there. Okay, now, we actually just found the Nomad's camp, and this was not something I was expecting to actually come across just yet. I've heard about it. I've heard it's a pretty major location and everything, but we'll just see. Is there anybody really around? I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people. We'll just see what their whole deal is. There's a soldier. Huntsman. Okay, so is there anybody that okay, we can talk to these nomads?
What's life like here in the camp?
Free, my friend, free. Your settled life, that is not for me. Being cooped up in one place all day would be the death of me. Nic nane prepuf aiso saro manolilo.
What did you say? It almost sounded like a curse.
Ah, that was just a bit of wisdom.
You mean a proverb?
Najanav, maybe. We have wise sayings for everything, Gajo.
And perhaps a bit of magic, too, eh?
Kora chacho. But they are not spells. We're very superstitious folks, that's all.
Nomads, you mean?
Ha! Romale. You will not find a more superstitious people than us.
How do you make your living when you're constantly on the road?
Everyone does the work he knows. Usually things to do with horses, trade and blacksmithing.
And what do you do?
Me? I make sure our luck does not run out.
Right. That must be tiring work then, eh?
Tell me about it. Playing dice requires wisdom.
Isn't luck more important?
Solvakeres, Gajo. There is no luck involved. When you have wisdom and a free mind, you accept fate. Lady Luck only smiles on those who know how to accept fate.
Why is your camp here?
Because we found a gold mine here, but we are so humble you would never know it.
I'm glad you've been so lucky. Would you invite me to a feast?
Nah, you might tell everyone. Then we would have to pay taxes.
You're right. Taxes are the worst thing since the plague.
Right. But if you do not have anything, you do not pay anything. And nobody will be any the wiser. Bokali Richni and Nakalel. That is why we have to keep moving. So the high and mighty do not realize that they have not yet squeezed us dry. Aye. Our kind are birds on the wing, not cooped up hens. I would rather be hungry and free than have a full belly and be chained like a dog.
How do you get along with the local villagers?
Oil and Kaiser Baraminjahin.
I don't understand. Is that something bad?
They are always unhappy about something. But it is because they are afraid. They are afraid of everything they do not know and understand. Then when we turn up, strangers with a strange language and strange ways, they shit themselves. They are more afraid of us than foreign armies, I tell you. And why is that? Because they know what to expect from an army. But they do not know us and think the worst of us.
I'm looking for this friend of mine. A big, fair-haired young man. Likes strutting about and speaks like a noble.
Look, you know what? That sounds like the Gacho we saw in the forest the other night. But he's scarp and sharpish and vanished in the darkness. I ain't seen him since. Sorry. Take care, friend.
Okay, so these guys are certainly characters. Now, as I mentioned in the last episode, I was just trying to get through a lot of the dialogue and everything, but this time, and from here on out, I do think that we will be going through all of it, and I'll just try to be quiet during cutscenes and things like that. That's what I tried to do in the last episode as much as possible, compared to the first episode, and that's pretty much what we're gonna do. We're gonna try to actually enjoy all of the narrative of the game from here on out. I just wanted to actually get to a point where, you know, I was actually able to move around and everything. So I did skip through some of the flavor text and everything, but most of the flavor text in this game is actually fun to read and listen to and enjoy and everything. We're just gonna see if there's anyone else here.
Oh,
What are you talking about?
you are that chavo from my dream. Jalas Mangesuno. You came to me. The Terno Gajo, friend of the Roma with clear eyes. The one who has suffered much. A stranger to take on the task that shall unite our familia once again. Or divide us forever.
What? What's a chavo? What am I supposed to do?
Go and see the Voivod. He will tell you more.
How are you doing?
Laches Gajo Mishtes. What can an old woman like me do for you?
Where did you come from?
Ay, Gajo. From God, of course.
I mean, where were you before?
Ah, I see. Well, in the winter we are always in the south. And in the summer we go north.
And over again, like that?
What do you mean over and over? There is the East Road and the West Road too, right?
Wait, you really don't know where you'll be next week?
You guessed it, Gajo. We do not know, and we do not want to know. God always takes care of his children.
Why do you travel the world? Why don't you settle down?
And why do you not settle down? Instead of jumping from the frying pan into the fire, Gajo.
Oh, that's different. I'm serving my lord.
While we have no master, just the sun and God above us, and the grass beneath our feet. So hincha chipen andro jivipen.
Tell me something about the Roma. I realize I don't know anything about your people.
What can I say? We are people and Christians, just like you. The only difference between us is that we live on the road, while you are cooped up in the same cottage from cradle to grave. It is a free life for free people. Though it is true we often have to move on, because we are driven out.
How do you get along with the locals?
It's always different. Sometimes the women folk could kiss my feet when I cured their pains. And sometimes they are more likely to burn me at the stake just for being different.
And what makes you nomads different?
You know, Gajo, nothing and everything. We live our lives as if each day could be the last. That is all. Try it. And you will see every sunrise like it is the first time again.
What can you tell me about your husband, the Voivod?
May cholera strike him down, the scoundrel. The last thing I needed was a man like him. But I did not have any better ones at the shop.
Really?
Oh, yes. Like I always say, the best baroshero under the sun. But his stubbornness will be the end of me one day.
Maybe I'm wrong, but I hear you know some magic and tricks. Is that right?
Kotuke penja. What magic, Gajo? I am just an old woman who knows how to ward off trouble and hold on to happiness. My old motto, may she rest in peace, she knew all kinds of things.
You see, and I thought you were really, well, in short, a witch.
Not at all. Fortune-telling and spells are far cry from black magic. Black magic is a path every honest manush avoids like a plague. My power comes from God, and I use it to serve only him and good folks.
How do you know when it's black magic?
Simple. Black magic is only used for the selfish benefit of fools who think only of themselves.
And is there another kind of magic?
Oh, Devla Miro, of course. The good kind that helps and comes from God.
And is it true? Do the spells really work?
So hincha chipen andro jivipen. If you have faith, then it will work.
I'd like to learn a greeting in your language.
There are all kinds. But if you want to say how are you, Then it is Sartukejal. And if you want something a bit less ordinary, it is Kaijasmore. But that is only said by man to man, mind you. We women say, Sotaves mrichai.
Aha. And what does that mean?
It is simply asking if the other has enough to eat. This is good manners among us. Teaves baktalo, more.
Okay, I don't know if we're gonna go through every single person here, but we just learned witchcraft. I wanted to kind of take a look at that. If does it not show up anywhere? I'm not too sure. Okay, that seemed new, and it doesn't seem like it actually shows up anywhere. Okay, I guess we just learned about it. Okay. Either way. Oh, here's that Master Tomcat guy. Yes, of course. We will probably talk to him, but we'll come back later and do more of this. I want to get back on the road a little bit and make our way over to Mutt. That's kind of our main goal, is to get Mutt, and he should be able to help us a little bit in combat too. At least in the first game, he was rather useful. If nothing else, he distracted people. But yes. Now, I did say I'm not going to go through all the walking and everything, and that is probably going to be the case for the most part. However, if I do have something to actually say, then I will come back and talk with you guys. But otherwise, I'm just going to make my way over to this marker, and as you can see, it's kind of an interesting... I'm going to probably try to go down here and see if I can get into this ravine and go around like that. Otherwise, I may have to backtrack a little bit. Okay, now I am just arriving here at the quest marker location, and I did run into a couple of bandits. Nothing too major, I just ran away from them.
Oh, a nice bit of venison. And something took a good bite of it.
And there is also a guy right here. Is he going to attack us?
Now you're going to get it.
Okay, I guess he is.
Fuck that. You want to try me?
We don't really want to carry too much of this stuff unless it is... What I try to do is anything that is very expensive for the weight. Maybe this, but honestly, probably only like the boots. It's something very, very low weight, and we actually did get a badge. I think that is for dice. So basically only things that do not actually
just like
weigh us
Capon
down
left
too
him.
much, because
There's
we
no
are
trace
away
of
from
Mutt.
civilization
Mutt's
right now.
nowhere around. Someone must have taken him in. It's not far to the herb woman's place. Maybe I should ask her whether she's seen him.
That guy probably already looted him. Yep. Okay. So we have to go to this herb woman. That looks like it's along this path right here. Now, for you, where'd our horse go? Okay, right here. Now, for you, you may not want to actually travel around at night. I'm used to doing it in the first game, and for the most part, I know how to run away from bandits that are outnumbering me too much. But if you decide to do this like I am, make sure you have a torch, make sure you equip it, and then you can just press the R key, assuming you are on PC, and you will be able to have out, and we'll go ahead and put our weapon away, and you'll have this torch out, and yeah, that'll make it a lot easier to actually travel around here at nighttime. We'll just follow the path. And yeah, if you see any more than one bandit, you should probably just run away, especially in this early game, because you are either not going to be able to take them at all, or they will just be extremely difficult to take out, and you will almost get yourself killed. So I don't really recommend that. So we're just going to follow this path along, and I'll be back with you once we get there. Okay, so we arrived. Back here again with the herb woman. And she's not wanting to talk to me, and she just closes her door on my face. Hello. There we go. And we don't have the money for our day yet.
Have you seen a stray dog around? I thought he was dead, but he's likely still alive.
I'm sorry. I haven't seen any dogs around.
Oh, Sakra. Do you have any idea where else he might have gone?
If I were a dog, I'd go to where there's food. There are plenty of fishermen around the pond, and they're always throwing out leftovers at the tavern.
Do you think he'd go and steal leftover food?
I don't know much about dogs. He could have run into the woods and started hunting. He wouldn't be the first or the last. There's a whole pack of wolves near Sameen these days. Maybe your dog's gone feral and is running around with them.
Thanks.
Now another thing you may have noticed, I didn't go through that other dialogue because I like to stick to one quest at a time, and I'm almost entirely sure she would have just given me another quest if I went through with that dialogue. I'd rather just come back for it at a later time. We do want to go through all the side stuff, so it would probably be good to just collect it all now, but I do like to kind of stick to one thing and then come back later. There's not a quick fast travel, which is the only unfortunate part, but we're going to go up here. We're going to ask about Mutt at that tavern. She said we could go to Sameen, but I don't see anything over there, so we'll go here first, and then it looks like we're going to have to travel around most of the map, actually, to find Mutt. It seems like he is very far away. Now, another thing I'm going to recommend is before you set out on foot, or on horse in this case, to actually go anywhere, make sure you are actually planning out your little path beforehand, so you're not having to keep jumping between the journal and everything like that. So I know I pretty much have to take this right and a left and then another right, and we'll end up over here. So I will be back with you guys once I make it over to the new quest marker. Okay, so we have arrived, and we're gonna have to see if we're even able to do this right now, because it is nighttime, of course. And it is actually, yeah, about almost midnight at this point. So we're probably not going to be allowed in here, but we're going to try. Okay, that's not him. Who is this? Oh, yeah. They're probably not going to be happy about that. Okay, we'll just talk to him.
My dog got lost not far from here. Did you see him by any chance?
I haven't seen any dogs round here for a while, but I hear there's wolves in the forest causing problems. Just the other day, a shepherd boy from Kopanina complained that his sheep were being eaten by the flea-ridden beasts.
Where can I find this shepherd?
Siegfried? He has a hut at Kopanina. It's just below the castle, on the back slope of the hill.
And you haven't heard anything else about wild dogs?
Here, in the tavern? No. But there was a fella here who gets by doing a bit of poaching. He said once he was hunting when, right in front of him, a large pack attacked a deer. A mix of wolves and dogs, he said. That's not something you see every day.
Do you know where that was?
How would I know where he goes hunting? But I'd say it was in the forest.
I need a place to sleep and something to eat.
And for how...
I'll just stay the night.
It can be arranged. Payments in advance. And I don't want to see any tomfoolery.
I'd like to discuss the price.
All right.
Is this enough?
You really won't... I knew we'd... Your bed's ready. Farewell.
Okay, so I did decide to go ahead and rent that room. We don't really have a lot of groschen. Now, where did you actually even say it is? But basically, I don't want to keep roaming around at night here. Hopefully it's right here. No. That's not it at all. So I'm gonna find the bed and we'll go to sleep, and then we will go ahead and set out. You said by a castle? So that's probably here, yes. So we'll probably go to this marker first, try to ask the fisherman first, and then we will head up and ask the shepherd. Okay, so I managed to find my room, sleep for the night, and if you're having trouble, you basically just go to this door with the wreath, and you just go upstairs and to the left, and you'll find your room with the door wide open, and you just sleep there. If you are following along with the series, that I highly recommend sleeping at night. The only reason I didn't was I didn't have a room to actually sleep in, so I didn't really want to go all the way to find a place to sleep, and I don't think you're able to go over to Troskovitz and actually sleep at that tavern because the lady is all mad at you. So yeah, not able to really do that. So I'm gonna make my way over to this marker now, and as you can see, we do have the Fog of War back, so I don't even know which way to go. I'm just gonna follow this path, and hopefully it leads me there at some point. Now, for what it's worth, I did find this camp right here. And I believe, yes, it's just a camp by the road, and you do find these across the map and everything. So as you can see, I could just sleep here. So I could have just skipped that in and came here instead. The only issue with that is sometimes you will be woken up by bandits, and that is never fun. So I usually try to sleep, of course, in a society. I like to sleep in the society, if possible. But you can camp if you so choose. It's not the worst option. Just be prepared for a fight and having to flee if necessary as well. Okay, so we are here at the pond, it looks like. So we should be finding that fisherman just right off here. We'll just get off our horse from here. Let's see, yep, he's in the house, okay. There you are.
Welcome. Since you're always walking around the ponds here, did you notice a stray dog wandering about?
What? A dog? Do you think he came here to poach fish? Now, sheep? Well, that would be another story.
And why did you specifically mention sheep?
A while back, I heard Siegfried the shepherd complaining about them. Or about the gamekeeper. Or both. Why didn't you go and ask him yourself?
Where will I find that shepherd?
Siegfried? He lives with his sheep not far from here. On the other side of the water, up on the hill, towards the castle.
Thanks. I'll try and ask him. Otherwise, you haven't heard any talk of stray dogs around here, have you?
No, if it doesn't have fins and scales, I'm not interested in it. Though one night I was way down on the southern end of Rock Tower Pond, the big one, I've a spot there where I catch catfish. Well, I'm fishing, and all of a sudden I hear howling. Not just any old howling, mind you. There must have been at least 50 of them howling in the woods. A noise like an avalanche. I ran straight home and haven't been back there since.
Such a large pack.
Take care.
Okay, so it looks like we're gonna have to go to the shepherd anyways after all. Yeah, I'm thinking we're gonna have to do every single one of these quest markers in order to actually find him. I'm not sure what would have happened if I just went over to the shepherd first, but that's the next thing. So it looks like I'm gonna go up this way and hopefully, actually it kind of looks like that veers off this way, so maybe go across right here. But either way, I will be back with you once I make it over to the shepherd. Okay, so we are getting close now to the shepherd, but we did actually just get a perk point, so we'll go ahead and show you what I'm going to go ahead and pick up here, and we will probably go ahead and go with this Towering Menace. So the Saddler is basically for if you want to cobble your equipment, your horse equipment. Let's say if you use this would actually be pretty good too. If you use a quick start double shift, your horse will briefly run faster than the wind. But Towering Menace, if you rear your horse, then you will be able to actually frighten your enemies just from that. And I don't know how much exactly we'll be doing horse combat. I'm not very good at it, but I would like to get a little bit better, so I will be trying to do that whenever it gives us the opportunity. But now I'm just making my way back. Yep, okay. We are on the right path now.
Quick!
Make our way over there.
What are you doing here? You can't be here.
I hear you have some problems with wolves.
You can say that again. Those fucking mangy beasts are eating my sheep. They take them like they were for sale at the market.
Did you notice an ordinary mutt amongst those wolves?
You know, there might have been. I didn't get a close look at them, but one seemed to be smaller and was a strange colour.
That could have been Mutt.
If I understand you, you're looking for your dog and think he might be with those wolves, right?
That's right. I'll have to find that pack to see if it's him.
I'll say, since you're already going after that pack, Would you mind doing a good deed? If you kill those furry fuckers, there'll be a reward in it for you.
Why not? I can kill 2 birds with the 1 stone.
That's great. It'll be well worth your while.
I hope so. Where can I find that wolf pack?
I was grazing my sheep up on the slope last time, by the forked birch, and those monsters learned to go there. I don't take my sheep there anymore, but those fuckers still go sniffing around over there.
So we'll bring your flock up there again and wait and see if they come.
Are you fucking mad? I don't want to lose any more sheep. I think you just need some bait.
Not even 1 single sheep? I promise I'll look after it.
Well, I could lend you Ignatius. He's the stupidest ram I've ever seen. Or the brightest. Depends on how you look at it.
What do you mean? Can he do somersaults? Does he know how to count?
That'll be all I need. The only thing that little devil knows how to do is piss me off. When I want him to move, he sits still. When I want him to sit still, he fucks off to where I can't find him.
I know people like that.
Right. But you can tell a person to fuck off. But when it's a sheep, you're wasting your breath. And on top of that, you have to take good care of him.
So I'll take Ignatius and use him as bait?
Right. But he's so stupid he's smart. I'm certain he'll come back to me.
All right. I'll take Ignatius and go and have a look around that forked birch. Will he come with me, or will I have to lead him up somehow?
That bugger will follow you himself. Just wave a carrot in front of his face. He's mad for carrots. I can't even count the times he's rammed his way into my house to get some. I happen to have one here. If you take it with you, he'll follow you around like a loyal dog. When you get to the pasture, just throw the carrot and then go and hide. Ignatius will stay there.
Where can I hide there?
There's a thicket across the road. But don't worry, if the wolves go after the sheep, they won't notice you. But you'll hear them from far away as they get closer. I don't know anything more horrifying than the sound of their damned howling.
Okay, so we're gonna take Ignatius here. Oh, we can chat with them. How
Why do
amusing.
they call you Ignatius? All right. Keep it to yourself.
Now, it looks to me like we can probably just go right through here, so I'm just gonna go ahead and walk up there. And we're probably gonna be going a lot faster than Ignatius here. Try to let him keep up. And I'll be right back with you guys once we make it over those birch trees. Now, hilariously, if you walk a little bit too fast for him, even if you just get a little bit too far ahead, he will start walking back. I guess he's not very interested in chasing down this carrot. However, he will follow. You just kind of have to lead him slowly.
Forked birch. I think I've found the spot. Well, Ignatius, I'll put your snack right here. Now, come and eat it up. Once you see a wolf, just out loud, and then run away. All right? I'll be hiding in the bushes, and we'll jump out to save you in time.
Yeah, I have a feeling that's not going to happen. I don't know. This seems like a really bad plan, to be quite honest. Get your carrot though. This is kind of like you know, it's kind of like your last rites or whatever. This is your final meal, Ignatius. I'm like 100% sure of it. But you know, hopefully we can save you. I don't know how that's gonna work. We go hide here now, somewhere. Just right over here. Lurk on the wolves.
They're coming.
Okay, can we save you in time? No! Stay away from him! Stay away from him! No! Get away! Okay, it looks like we've drawn their fire, and this is just a wild dog. Okay, not doing such a great job here. Honestly, wild animals are a lot easier to fight than people. once you dodge them, they usually have no real way to actually defend themselves, so they kind of just run backwards. Makes it pretty easy even if you're fighting multiple. Okay, got one. I hope they're not going after my horse. And I lost one of the wild dogs. Or one of the wolves. That wolf really just ran away. Oh, immediately. Okay, here he is. Okay, there's you. Now we're gonna need to grab our horse. So I don't know if he's gonna wander back now. Looks like he is. Okay, I'll just try to get him on foot. There we go. Got them all. Okay. And I'm pretty sure Ignatius survived, unless that dog ended up, or that wolf went and chased him back down, which I don't think he did, but we'll just have to see.
Die!
I don't see his body. Is that you? That's not Ignatius. Oh, is that you, Ignatius? It looks like you survived. Okay. I'm glad to see that. I believe that's him. No, wait. No, it's not. There you are. Okay, you survived.
Good day. What a nag.
I'm back because of those wolves of yours.
Ah, I'm glad to see you alive and healthy. How did it go?
You don't need to worry about them anymore.
You don't say. What a relief it is to hear that. Here's something for your help, just like I promised.
I didn't find my dog among them.
Did you try to ask our gamekeeper? He might be a drunk, but he'd probably notice a stray dog in the woods. He doesn't live far away. Down the hill here along the road. Right on the rock above the pond.
I wanted to tell you something about Ignatius.
Did something happen to him?
No, nothing happened. He survived. And he's probably back with the flock by now.
I'm glad to hear that. He's a stubborn fool, but I'm fond of him.
Okay, so I was a little worried about that, but it seems that as long as you run towards the sheep, or Ignatius, and draw the ire of those wolves, then you will actually be able to take them out without Ignatius dying. So that's quite nice. Now, he made it seem like this gamekeeper is actually really close, but it's all the way back over here near the Vidlac Pond. So I will go ahead and make it back over there, and then I will be back with you. Okay, I think we are here at the gamekeeper now.
God be with you.
What happened? You look worried.
My husband Vostatek left to go hunting and hasn't come back. I'm worried that something happened to him. He's von Burgo's lead huntsman, and the forest is full of poachers these days.
Maybe he just got caught up somewhere.
Not a chance. We're invited to young Lord Semin's wedding. He wouldn't dare miss that by wandering around the woods for so long. What would Lord Semin think if we didn't show up? It would be a disgrace. He sometimes loses track of time out in the woods, but I've got a really bad feeling about it this time. One time, Vostatek didn't come home for 4 days after his horse broke its leg in the woods. I had a feeling right away that something bad had happened. And I have that same feeling now. Do you reckon you could help me?
Does that happen often? That he gets lost in the woods?
He disappears for a while from time to time when he gets orders from Lord von Burgo. And besides that, well...
What is it? You can tell me.
He drinks a bit sometimes. Then everything takes him longer. His job isn't easy, so I understand when he does, and I don't get upset with him.
I understand. But maybe you're right, and it really is something else this time.
Exactly.
So your husband got lost when he was out hunting, and you want me to go and find him?
I'd go myself, but Vostatek doesn't want me going to the woods on my own. He says it's dangerous. But you look like a fearless lad, and I'll be sure to reward you for your efforts.
All right. I'll bring Vostatek back to you.
Thank you. I wouldn't send you if I didn't think it was necessary, but I have a really bad feeling about this. Before you leave, please make sure to talk to Vitek. He's our son. Vostatek takes him on the hunt with him sometimes. He might know where he was headed today.
All right. I'll let you know as soon as I find something.
Be careful out there.
Take care now.
Okay, so it looks like we need to go and talk to this guy's son and figure out where he is headed. So we can't, we cannot finish that part of the quest, which makes sense. So we have to do this now side quest in order to do the side quest that we're doing now. This is seeming like a very, very long quest just to get Mutt back. I feel like they did this now with Pebbles and with Mutt, where you can't get Pebbles back without doing a whole thing, and you can't get Mutt back without doing a whole thing. And these were just staples of the previous game. I don't really understand the choice here, honestly. Seems like a very roundabout way of doing things, but
what can I do for you?
Hopefully the rest of this quest is actually good.
I'm looking for your father. Did he mention where he was headed?
Ma talked you into it, didn't she? I'd be willing to bet he just got wasted as usual. He's nothing but a drunkard. It's no secret.
I don't have time to argue with you. I'll pay you. Take this and talk.
You're mad. Pa doesn't deserve any help. But do what you want. Just don't tell him you gave me any money once you find him. And just take it from me and spend it on booze.
Where did he go? Tell me.
The last thing he said was he found a dead deer near the pond, and he wanted to go and see if there were any wolves about. So I'd go down below the cottage, walk along the shore, and then turn north into the old forest. If you didn't get boozed up and forget, that is, wouldn't be the first time.
Be that as it may, I'm going out to look for him.
No need to rush. At least it would give him time to sleep it off and come home on his own.
Okay, so I guess we need to go look for him down by this pond. And where'd our horse go? Now, I should probably be spending a little more time going through all of these dialogue options as well, but some of them feel like they might give me reputation loss, which I would prefer not to actually end up with, and then most of the skill checks we are just not good enough yet to actually make that work. Am I even going? Yes, okay. I'll take this right. So we will probably be doing more dialogue options in the future, but I want to be careful not to actually take any reputation loss either. Okay, so I am getting close to this guy. I believe it's him. And he is being attacked by wolves, actually, and of course, I meant to get off first. Well, that happens. Okay. At least they're easy enough to deal with, usually. That could have ended badly, but I'm usually pretty good at handling wolves, so I wasn't too worried. But you do gotta be careful because Pebbles is a bit of a coward, so he does get spooked pretty easily. Now, luckily, other horses in the game are actually a lot better at dealing with combat-based situations. But Pebbles is, yeah, he's a bit of a coward. I always forget about that. Oh my goodness. I'm not doing so strongly against these wolves this time. Keep missing the dodge. Okay, that's one of them taken care of. Wow, I am losing way more health than I actually should be here. Okay, there we go. Well, if
all
I
right
hadn't
now.
gone bucked off
You
the
can
horse
come
and got
down.
prepared for that fight,
God!
it would have been a
I
little
was starting to
easier.
think of turning up.
Do I have a marigold decoction? I do not. Maybe, let's see, what do I have that even gains a little bit of health back? Pretty much nothing. Okay, we'll drink a little bit of meat, I suppose.
What the hell are you doing? I'll break my legs if you don't make room for me down. Watch out! I'm coming down! Jesus! Mary, Joseph! And an arse! My foot! Ah! Sacra!
Do we have that perk point still? We're gonna have to carry this guy. We do not. Which one was it? Was it strength? I think it was strength, right? Yeah. Oh no, this is gonna be so difficult.
You alright? I fucked up my bloody ankle, damn it! Thank God you were passing by. Otherwise they'd have eaten me for sure. I'm forced to check. Huntsman. Your wife sent me. My dear Zlata. Thank God for her. What's your name? Henry. And thanks to you as well, Henry. You've got to... Ah! That hurts. You've got to carry me. Christ in heaven. Of course this happens to me. Is it bad? How do you feel? How the hell do you think? Like old Black's prick. What? I can't get up either. Oh! Ow! Kurva! Ow! Jesus Christ. I heard you're a bit of a drinker. I see that's true. Not as much as I'd like to be. At least then it wouldn't hurt so much. Where do you want me to carry you? We're a long way from the nearest sawbones. I've got a hideout, not far from here. What are you going to do there? Someone should have a look at that foot. No. First we have to pick up Pepik at the hideout. Then you'll take us... Fuck! Ow! You'll take us both home. Who's Pepik? Pepik is my best friend. Oh, right. Wait, what? What's so hard to understand? You've got to get me there. I left Pepik tied up in the camp when the wolves came after me. Where is that hideout of yours? Is it far? Not far. But not all that close either. That's just great. Look, the best thing will be if I give you directions as we go. I'll help you then. Throw me over your shoulder, and I'll tell you where to go. I just need a drink first, or I'll pass out from the pain. Do you want some? I'd rather not. I might end up dropping you along the way. You're bloody right. At least there'll be more for me.
Okay, so here we go. We have to carry this guy. I'm definitely not going to make you guys watch this because I know this is going to to be
For
a
Christ's
whole
sake, I can't see
thing.
where you're pointing.
Turn away from the pond.
So I'll just
Go
get back with
around the
you
bushes
once we
and
make it
keep
over to his
going
little camp.
till you-
Okay, so it was annoying. He made me bring him to a tree and then an anthill, and then tried to make me bring him to the tavern, and finally up here to his little hideout.
We're here. Put me down.
Sure.
Where's Pepik? Shit. Let's see if I can stand up. Henry, come here. We've got...
What now?
Oof. I need a drink. And to catch my breath, here, take my water skin. Fill it up in that barrel over there. I'll just lie down here in the meantime. I'm dying of thirst here.
Water. Here you go.
Thanks, mate. This will clear my head. I know you've done a lot for me already, but there's something else I need. You've got to find Pepik. Whether he ran off or someone stole him, he's in trouble.
What does Pepik look like?
He's very dark, nearly black. He may not be as muscular as a regular worker, but he's quick.
Who could have taken him? We're in the middle of the woods. There's nobody around.
You're wrong. There's been a band of poachers wreaking havoc around these parts for a while now. I haven't managed to find their camp yet, but it can't be far. I'm sure they're the ones behind it.
So, who is this Pepik, anyway?
He's one of Lord von Burgo's subjects. He's very kind, but can't be on his own, especially not in the woods.
Let me guess. Pepik is a horse?
What the hell did you think he was? My personal servant? Of course he's a horse! And not just any horse. Like I said, he's from Lord von Burgo himself.
What are we gonna do about it?
You'll have to track him down, because I'm useless in this state.
All right, I'll find him. I can't carry you all the way home on my back. Where should I start?
I tied him up by that sickly tree over there. All that's left is the cut rope. I'd start over there. There must be some tracks. Once you track him down, hop on him and ride over. He's very nice. I'm sure he'll let you. Just watch out for those thieves. If you were to take care of them as well, I surely wouldn't mind.
I'm more interested in those thieves. Who are they? And where did they come from?
In wartime, fellas like that pop up like mushrooms after the rain. And all they want to do is prey on others. Don't overthink it too much. They're a bunch of fuckers, and nobody will miss them.
Do you have any idea how many there are?
Definitely not many. Judging by the tracks, maybe 4.
That's all I need to know. Will you manage all by yourself?
Who do you think I am? A little girl?
What if some more wolves show up?
Why would you even say that? Get out of here and stop scaring me!
I'm on it. Rest up in the meantime.
Thanks, friend. And another thing. I had a hunting crossbow on the saddle. If you find that as well, keep it, for your trouble.
Okay, so that is where we're going to call it for this episode. Looks like we're going to have to go and take care of these bandits. I'm assuming that they are. And we're just going to take basically all of the stuff that he has here that he's willing to give me for my trouble. I'm not going to use any of it, but since there are going to be 4 of those thieves, it's going to be necessary for us to actually kite them and try to take out 1 at a time. There's no way I can take on 4 at a time right now. I don't even need those. There's nothing else here. And we don't have any perks available, so that's going to be up there. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to take out these thieves. I know what I'm going to do. I'm not going to bring my horse, and I will just try to sneak up there and survey everything and see if I can't take 1 out at a time. That would be the preferable way to do it if I decide to do that. And otherwise, I think I will be sticking to trying to do about 1-hour episodes so that I can hopefully put out 1 every day, and hopefully then we can make it through all of this, all of these side quests and everything, and hopefully get to the main quest before too long. But otherwise, I thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you next time.